What's up? How you guys doing? It's Canada Day. It is Canada Day. Hold on. Gotta move this. There we go. There we go. How am I not in the middle of my chair? How does that even work? All right. All right. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. So let's grab the live stream link, share that in the Discord. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Here we go. You guys can probably hear the fireworks that are going on in the background. It's been happening all weekend. All right. Because it lined up perfectly with the weekend, right? The Monday to make it a long weekend. Now, let's do our hellos. What's up? Gossip, Millmaster, Aganza, Eng, Jess, Rays, Spider Mag, Pyre, Potts, Felonious T, Lame Tube, Ratatat, Felonious T, Juglum, Sum, Zircon, Stormtrooper, William, Anthony. I think I got all the hellos. Hello to everybody. Yeah, Millmaster, you're right. We're halfway through the year now, right? We're slightly over the 50% mark now. It's been a good year so far. It's been pretty good. Pretty good. So I guess in what, like 3 days, Americans are going to have their 4th of July. We do ours first. But we don't have as cool fireworks as you guys, so whatevs. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What up, Ego? What's going on, Cramden? Just makes you wonder how many hands got fingers blown off. I doubt very many. You don't actually hear about it that often. Most people are lucky, even when they're messing around with fireworks in ways they're not supposed to. They don't end up losing digits. Although it does happen, I suppose, but I don't think very frequently. What up, Johnny? What's going on, Mrs. Hayes? What's up, Jay? Been enjoying my videos? Well, thumbs up to that, bro. Thumbs up to that, son. Happy summer of Nadu. Yup. That's what dominated the Pro Tour, right? Welcome to the Nadu meta. The question is Wizards going to do the same thing they did with Hogak, where they go, we want to ban around the problem card, and then they eventually have to accept that even if you ban Shuko, it's still going to be a no-go, because Nadu is just, he's insane. That card is nuts, dude. That card is nuts. I don't even think Wizards realized how nuts it was, because if they were intentionally going to make something that powerful and dumb, you figure they would go with like mythic level for it. And they were just like, don't worry about Nadu. Ral Storm goes off a turn faster. Oh, does it now? Well, how did that work out? How did that play? Oh, pretty much everybody's playing Nadu, and the finals were Nadu versus Nadu? What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Isn't there a different zero equip item? There are some other ones, but Shuko is the cheapest in terms of casting cost, right? I think once you start to move up the chain, you have to pay like 3. They didn't mess up not making Nadu mythic, really, right? I mean, I guess from trying to sell packs, then yeah. Jess, oh, you're talking about in the entirety of North America? Psh, I have no idea. When you multiply it against that many people, then I suppose there will be some more fingers lost. What up, Roman? Juglum, you think it sucks because the entire set becomes too focused on a few cards? Well, bro, Nightmare Town, like, how are you going to make a set where everything is equally as powerful as the most powerful stuff? Wouldn't that be power creep times 10 million? You know what I mean? Everything has to be Nadu level. You got to be powerful enough to make an impact. So for all the cards to be relevant, they all have to be that level. And that would be madness. That would be Insane. Absolutely insane. If they ban Shuko, it's not going to stop Nadu. The card advantage is still too insane, right? It's just they get to go, oh, we've solved the problem. We think other than that, the meta's healthy. And then 2 months later, they'll have to come back and be like, oh, with further data, we've realized that this is actually a gigantic nightmare. Pyre says, the Tree of Liberty must be watered by the fingers of idiots. Oh. The fireworks show that they had going on yesterday near my place was actually really cool. Sometimes I don't know however many streets away it is from where I am. I don't know, but it feels like it's pretty close because you can see it big time in the sky. You can hear it like rocketing through the sky, all the noise and everything. And in previous years, it wasn't quite as like off the chain. This year, it felt off the chain. So many big kabam, 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 kabam. Bam! Like, oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Fireworks are dope. What up, Crow? How's it going, buddy? I mean, fireworks would get boring if you had them every night. Like, let's say you lived in Niagara Falls, where they do fireworks every night, or like how they do them every day at Disney. That's going to get tired and old. But they do it so infrequently that it's fun when it happens, right? Also, they have rules here. I don't know how it works in other countries, but you're only allowed to fire off fireworks on like very particular time frames, and that's it. That's it. Stormtrooper, what, you want a doppelgang Omo? She's more like Ugmo in that one art. Am I right? Am I right? Juggle, now people just want 1 or 2 cards? I don't think that's the case. I think if people only wanted 1 or 2 cards from Modern Horizons, it would be a flop. I don't think any set where people only desire 1 or 2 cards out of the set will ever be a successful set, right? That was one of the big problems Dragon's Maze had. Dragon's Maze had like 1 card that you actually wanted, Voice of Resurgence, nothing else, and maybe the chance of a Shockland, right? So there was nothing in there. Nothing at all. So Modern Horizons has a bunch of juice for commanders and stuff. It's just the power meter required to burst into Modern is high, you know? 100%. Crow, you're finally off work for a day? That's always nice, right? Am I not a Canadian? Absolutely. That's why the stream is Happy Canada Day. If I wasn't Canadian, I might not even know it's Canada Day, because I don't know the holidays of all the different countries. Like, if you think I know when Bastille Day is, I don't, Baguette Man, right? Magnifique! But I do know 4th of July because we're America adjacent, right? So a lot of American culture is stuff we're aware of here. Kensaki, what's up, buddy? Jess, you got 2 other victims to try your hot sauce that you get tomorrow. Don't worry, they know how hot it is in their end. Well, that's fun then. You know what? That's genuinely fun. Being able to do stuff like that with your friends is one of the enjoyable parts of life. So have a good time. Have a good time burning that tongue, big boy. Maybe you can get them to, maybe since you got 2 buddies, you can have one grab each of your legs, and then they can fire some of that hot sauce straight into your anus. How would you like that? Then you'll see Bigfoot, aliens, mermaids, all of it. All of it. Roman, yeah, the Kamigawa block was intentionally like low powered because they wanted to balance out Mirrodin. And so everybody hated it. It had some cool flavor, but it was weak sauce garbage, and everybody hated it. Especially Saviors of Kamigawa. Good Lord. That set was abysmally bad. In a block of badness, it was the worst. But the flavor levels, next level. Speaking of next level, Bob Falcon with the big jumping lemon crew. Hell yeah, thanks for the fat super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Good way to enjoy Canada Day and a good way to kick off a new month. Both at once. It's weird that it won't let me heart super stickers, but it will let me heart super chats. I do not understand why they've made that distinction, right? You should be able to heart that too, but whatever. Millmaster's super chat says, I don't know. They have no morals and no respect for human life. But what they do have, and no one can deny this, they have the finest collection of boilers in the world. And I include Canada in that. Wait, what? What? Do we have a National Donut Day too? Maybe. Maybe. Crow, what do I think about the Trailer Park Boys? While I haven't watched a ton of it, I found it entertaining when I did. Like, I've watched it and laughed at a bunch of stuff in it, but I know enough that I recognize a bunch of the characters from it, but I couldn't even tell you how many episodes I've watched. So I feel like there was a while where I watched some of it, and then it's just like many things. You just kind of forget you're watching something or move on, whatever it is. Whatever it is. What up, Rain? How you doing? I knew there was a chance of rain tonight. Oh my God! Do you see how good I am at this? I'm applauding myself. Oh, I forgot. I had decided that I didn't put anything up or say about it, but I decided for any super chats of 10 or more, I'm just going to open a pack of Assassin's Creed since we got him here. Let's take a look at some Assassin's Creed while we're hanging out too. Oh, good. The camera. We realized I should have checked the camera before I said that. Because if the camera facing down wasn't working, it'd be a lot more annoying. So look at this. This is hilarious to me. Actually, I guess I can use this to focus the camera as well. You know, let's slap a card on there to help. Let's get it looking a little bit nicer so you guys can see that better. I overshot it, didn't I? What is going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay, that'll work. That'll do her. Okay, so Crow, you grew up like a trailer park boy with like booze and big old thick glasses? Okay, so look at this. You know how they have mini games? This is Into the Story Assassin's Edition. So objective, create your own Assassin's Creed storyline using the cards in your booster as inspiration. It's like all the stories of these characters are set. So the idea, and you have to use 2 boosters, by the way. You have to use 2 boosters for this. I just thought that was goofy, you know? Yo, Rain, for real. If my name was Rain, I would be doing stupid Rain puns all the time. Like, if I, for real, if I won, like, a game of Commander or whatever, I'd be like, I guess the game just got rained out, huh? Like, it's so stupid, but that's what I would do. All right. We got Distract the Guards, Roshan the Hidden Magister, and Reconstruct History. We got, oh yeah, these lands are actually pretty solid. Let's be real. Let's be real. Oh, we got Caduceus, the Staff of Hermes. This is nuts. I mean, it's like if you have 30 or more life, otherwise known as being a commander player, a creature gets +5/+5 and has indestructible and prevent all damage that will be dealt to it. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Foil Loyal Inventor. He's inventing a way for you to get hosed in your foil slot. Good Lord. I've seen like 1 billion of fucking Adawamale here, okay? Breaker of chains, breaker of expectations, massive disappointment. This artwork's pretty sweet. That looks pretty good. Jess says you say stupid things because it's funny. I say stupid things because I'm stupid. We are not the same. That's pretty good. All right, so that was for Bowfalcon. Now Millmaster, let's see. Those lands got to be worth at least $1. Considering you pay $1 at least for every card in these packs based on the price, 100%. 100%. Crow, a live stream to help you with your writing. Bro, there's a couple things you need this day and age if you want to sell stuff. If you want people to read your book, it's got to be about titties and TikTok. Like, if you can just, you know, like, here, I'll show you. You know when you watch a video and a girl goes like this? Like, just make that as a story that guys can tug it to. And that's your path to writing success. It was a stormy night. It was a jiggly night. Her titties were sad against the window. All right. Xiao Jun, I'll swallow your soul. Fatal Push. Oh, yeah. The Smog Swamp. We got Cover of Darkness. Darknesses. We got Arbaz Mir. What the hell is he? 2/2 for 2. When here, another non-token historic permanent enters the battlefield under your control. It deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. Weird. That feels like white-black almost, you know? Then we got Roshan again. And a treasure token. Alright. Alright. See? There you go. Maz was titillated. She already wants to know. What against the window? You heard me. You heard me. Sad titties. Hey, listen, Johnny. Shut your mouth. Don't discourage people's fucking dreams. You can get paid. You can get paid for making people hard. It is a fact. You can do it with words or drawings. Like, I don't know, like a lemur with big fat tits and a Jessica Rabbit dress holding, I don't know, a big fan. Juggle him, you're right. The swamp did look pretty good. It did look pretty good. The bundle gives you 20 non-foil lands and 20 foil lands. The lands will be cheap. Are they the full art lands, though? Because Wizards sometimes does bundle lands where they have regular lands. So will they have the same artwork but on a small version? What's the answer for that, Baron? Because I haven't seen. I don't know. I saw they have a Modern Horizons 3 bundle. And I was like, oh! And then I saw the price tag. $150. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not getting this bundle. I'll be missing out on this bundle. Baron, they're all the full art lands? Well, then I suppose... Well, you know what? Something being in the bundle doesn't automatically make it cheap. It could still... Those lands could still be theoretically expensive. I mean, how much Assassin's Creed... Well, like, expensive, like $1, right? Oh, they've got story beats. Shit, Crow, here's everything you need. It's got story beats. Follow this. You need introduction, setting, a land, so someplace, the protagonist, why the protagonist is at the location, the villain, and then actions. The protagonist recruits allies. The protagonist and allies get stronger. Take down the henchman. An unavoidable death. Describe the villain's weakness, secret motivation, and how the allies discovered it. Resolution. Confronting the villain. The final ending. Whatever happens at the end. There you go. There you go. It's all been solved for you, Crow. Just get yourself one of these story beat cards. It's actually not a bad it's not a bad idea to have a little outline like this to make it easier for people. While I think it's goofy to have obviously just story moments from Assassin's Creed and then you make your own story and it's like these are already part of an actual pre-existing story. It's like being told to make a Magic the Gathering story out of storyline cards, like story spotlight cards. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Nishimoto, what's 150? The Modern Horizons 3 gift bundle. It's crazy. Crazy costly. Maz, I ain't no MTG gigolo. Gigolos make more money. Crow, me do it. You're the one who has writer's block. You deserve it at this rate. If you're having a problem with your writing, you're not going to solve it by trying to get me to write. Right? If you're afraid of the dark, having me go into the basement to kiss your mom in the dark is not going to help you. Right? Make a Star Wars story from... What? This is just going further off the fucking rails. What the hell is going on now? Crow's like, you make a Magic story. And fucking Johnny's like, you make a Star Wars story. Fuck all y'all and your demands. Yeah, there you go. Some's got it. Go ask ChatGPT to write it for you. Pyre of the card has everything you learned in your 4-year degree. There you go. Super valuable. Wizards is providing real value. Nishimoto, what? Who's gonna stop nagging you? That'll never. If you think for a second that like your wife will ever stop nagging you, that won't happen. Crow says, crack a pack, use the chat, and make a story out of it. Listen, first of all, you're trying to tell me what to do. Secondly, thanks for the super chat. Thirdly, you must have missed the part where I said I'm only opening them for super chats at 10 and up. So even if I were so inclined to make up a story, you haven't met, to use a magic term, the threshold to activate that ability. So, writer's blocked again. Kazam! Johnny says, if you want to be a good writer, read what you like and steal it. Yup, that's true. Write a dirty story. Listen, how am I supposed to top the most epic fan fiction ever written for Magic, where Jace and Chandra ignite their fuckwalker spark? Crow gifting 5 Magic Historian memberships. Well done. Now the question becomes, am I the question becomes, am I just going to be like so pedantic that I go, that's still not a super chat of 10, whatever. And I could be even more pedantic because Nishimoto says, I got you, Crow, and did the other 5. But that's just you saying that you got him. That's got nothing to do. Like, you think any of this shit is legally binding? I'll tell you what. Since people's... I may as well make it story time. Since nobody's got any fucking comprehension of anything, the story doesn't even have to make sense. Because what I say isn't followed logically by you people anyways. Crow, thanks for gifting them memberships, buddy. All right. We'll do a pack story, okay? We'll do one. But I'm not going to like it, and it's not going to be a good story. It's going to be a bad story. All right. So, we need a setting first. Well, look at that. Roman, giving the thanks for getting the membership. Thumbs up, buddy. All right, so I guess they'll be revealed to you in time. We start at Booty Island, where the booty is neither butts nor treasure. It's just a bunch of old boots. This boat is full of old boots. That's it. I told you it wasn't going to be a good story. Old, smelly, boring boots in a pirate ship that's not a pirate ship, just a regular ship, and it's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there full of boots. So, that's the setting. The protagonist is Lydia Fire. She's known for collecting old boots. So there she is, standing on the boat with old boots. Why is she at the location? Because she needs to escape detection from the people who want to take her booty. But not her sweet butt, because that would be interesting. Her old boots. So the villain is Javi the Allfather. He also collects boots. Those guys aren't hung. Those guys are just hanging from ropes to hang out. There's nothing exciting going on in this artwork. So, he wants to be having all the boots, right? So he's the villain. And then the protagonist recruits allies. So then Lydia brings in Mary Reed and Bonnie because Mary can read the labels on the boots to tell her what size the boots are. And then they get stronger because they raid a monastery to get more boots. And then there's an unavoidable death when a stupid douchebag goes throwing roses around. He suffers from heat stroke. That's it. Boring old heat stroke. And then that they discover that Javi's weakness is that he really loves douchebags who run across wooden poles. And so then Lydia kills Javi. The end! All right. I told you it wouldn't be good. I told you it wouldn't be good. So there you go. A story of booty and no betrayable. No betrayableness. Yeah, that token is really dumb looking. I agree. I agree. Heat stroke isn't avoidable? What do you... What? No questions. No questions about the story. I didn't go and this finishes the story. Do you have questions about it? You heard the story. That's it. Deal with it. What up, Ashmead? How you doing? What's going on, Night Crow? Ship full of old boots. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Oh my God. Speaking of dumb. Okay. Okay. I don't know who told me about the movie. What was it? I got to double check the name here just to make sure I don't besmirch the wrong movie. Ow! It's called Arcadian? Okay, that's the name of it. It's called Arcadian. And it's a Nicolas Cage movie. And somebody suggested it during our one of our talking about movie streams. And I wrote down a whole bunch of names. And Arcadian, law-abiding citizened me. And that is a term that I have specifically from the movie Law-Abiding Citizen that Carly got me to watch. What up, Micah? So basically, Law-Abiding Citizen was a movie that started good. It was enjoyable, right? And then we paused it at a certain point and we watched the second half the next day because didn't have enough time to watch it that night. Came back and the movie got really stupid. So any movie that starts off strong and then falls into garbage is basically law-abiding citizening me. And Arcadian, oh my God, oh my God. Maz, are you saying Arcadian's a great movie? Woman, you got brain damage, and more than I thought that you did. Hey, Thompson, what's up, buddy? How was my weekend? It was good. Also, congratulations, son. You didn't know this, but you made it into the box of glory 5 times. So now you're on the roll of mega glory. Congratulations on your incredible achievement. Crow, what? You don't play Magic. What are you talking about? I don't even get it. I don't even get it. If you're wondering, like, I just randomly talked about movies in these kind of streams. I don't have some separate other thing. I'm not sure what the hell you're saying. So, Arcadian started out good. I know this because for the first half an hour at least, I was enjoying the movie. I'm like, okay, they set the scene. The world has ended in some unknowable way. We don't know when the movie starts why the world has ended and what's happened. So it's like, okay, you know, it's always fun to have a bit of a mystery to sort out. And, well, maybe not always fun, but usually fun. So you've got the father who is looking after these 2 kids. And at the beginning, it feels like it's like the world's been destroyed by just like man-made wars, you know, like it's a big war zone. That's what it feels like at first. And Nick Cage has like 2 little kids that he has to take care of. I'm not sure if they're actually his sons or if he's just like their adopted father. It's not clear, but that's not important, right? So basically you see him with his two babies, and then we flash forward 15 years. So this is 15 years, I guess, after the world has fallen apart, and they live in a remote house, and like you have to be back by nightfall. You have to be inside by nightfall. So they board up every window, like everything, right? And then something comes in the night and you don't know what it is. It tries the front door multiple times. Like it tries to get in. And then the next day you can see that like on a different door, you can see scratches and whatever. So it's like, okay, it kind of gives you, there's something out there. What is it that we're dealing with? And I said to Carly, I'm like, good movies know to not show you the monsters and all that stuff. Like, just don't show it. Just don't show it at the beginning. Let people's fear build it up or whatever it is, right? Like, when you see the monster, if it's not done well, the monster can take away from your movie big time. So I wondered when we were going to see it. And the first real glimpse we get of the monster is pretty creepy. Like you see the one kid basically is left alone. I'm not giving all the details in case you want to watch this movie, but the one kid ends up all alone in the house the one night. And there's a little like slider view thing that they have that they can look out of, and then they just latch it back shut. Well, he leaves it off of the latch, and we don't know that like he's done it intentionally. So you don't know. You just know that the whatever kind of monster it is gonna try and get at him, right? So you see the thing open up, whoop, it opens a little slot and it slides its monster hand through. And it's just like the kid is sitting there in the chair. He's in like essentially the kitchen of the house or whatever. And this thing is reaching his hand out towards him, and it unfurls and its arm gets longer and closer to him. And it unfurls like a third joint, and it's still like reaching out towards him. And then its one fingernail starts to get longer and longer and longer, but it can't quite reach him. So then it decides to actually open the door and come inside, and the kid traps it. And we haven't seen anything other than its horror long arm craziness, which was pretty suspenseful, actually. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? Like, is he going to get got? What's going on? But he catches the monster, and then through a contrivance of the movie, the monster gets released, and it deflates so much of the tension in the movie where like basically they get hurt by the light. It turns out these monsters get hurt by the light. That's why they only come out at night. So when it's in the house after it gets freed from the cage, it basically runs under the bed, and it's kind of mostly simian looking. Simian combo between a simian and a dog with a goofy little face. But like the two young boys take it out so easily. Like it proves no real threat. The danger level of it goes up and down, it feels like, where when we see them later in the movie, they have a stupid snapper attack where they go tick 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 tick, and it's like so dumb. It looks so dumb. So these things, like, they're not that scary looking. And then Maz, I'm not even overthinking it. I'm normal thinking it. You got to understand, I have a great brain that I'll pay attention to your story. I'll pay attention to all of it. So, like, for real, Maz, for real, you wait until I'm fucking done. And then when I'm done, you apologize to me and agree that this movie is stupid. Okay? Because, like, for real, it gets so bad that it ruins the whole movie. So, Nicolas Cage is the father, and he ends up getting injured really badly. So they go to another farm to get help, but they get turned away because they're basically like, we don't have the resources to help you kind of thing. That's basically the vibe of it, right? But this other farm, these people literally have like 50 sheep. They have like 50 sheep and all these other things going on where you're just like, okay, you've got like all this livestock, and they have dudes to like help defend their land. Now, don't ask questions like, how do you pay these guys in a world where the world's falling apart? Like, how are you keeping their loyalty? They're all armed. They could just take this place from you. Why do you get to live in the nice farmhouse with your family, and your young, attractive teenage daughter. We're at the end of the world, and all these guys have guns, and you have one of the few women left. I like, you got 2 women left. This guy would be iced out so fast. Especially considering the nature of how they show the Millmaster. I didn't even think about that. Those guys are probably banging the sheeps. So basically what happens is, even though it's been 15 years that these monsters have existed, they just finally figured out they should dig under houses. And so they just start digging under houses. So they dig under the farmhouse of this, like, the really nice farmhouse. And they go in and attack everybody. And the house ends up getting set on fire. And it's so inexplicably stupid and diminishes the movie to such an insane degree when you see that these simian monkey men dog boys, they bind themselves together into giant wagon wheels. Like, picture like 60 Cirque du Soleil acrobats all locking legs and arms into a big rolling human wheel. So for no reason at all, like no reason at all, you have all these monsters that are come boiling up from under the house. But then when the people, like the few survivors, escape outside of the house, they're rolling. There's a huge wheel of these monkey fucks rolling towards the fucking burning house. And you're just like, so that wheel of them must be 30 feet tall. If you look at the fences holding the sheep in, they're barely the height of a sheep, right? So pretending like these things couldn't get in at them while having this big dumb wheel of them rolling, there's no reason for this wheel to happen. So it's so jarring. Like, you just look at it and go, why are they doing that? Why are they not just running in or coming in from the underway or whatever, right? And the reason for that becomes apparent later in the movie, where, like, the kid blows up his own fucking house because the monsters were coming into it. He just destroys his whole house, and Nicolas Cage stays back to do nothing. Like, if you watch, Nicolas Cage does the I'll stay behind thing, but when he stays behind, it has no impact on anything. Literally. Like, the movie would have flowed the exact same way if Nicolas Cage had gone with them. So they blow up their house and hide in what feels like the equivalent of a wicker basket, while explosions rip through the whole house, and they blow everything up, and they set these things on fire. Now, remember, these things are hurt by light. They're hurt by light. So after they've all been set on fire, and they shy away from regular light, they shy away from fire and stuff, they're on fire. They are on fire. Like, they're all fully on fire. These monsters are all on fire. And while they're on fire, they pile up and turn into one of those wheels again, so that they can chase after the children who are escaping in their fucking gassed up go-kart. And you're just like, but light hurts them, and they're burning to death. There's no way on this earth that they could do this. Also, shouldn't them doing a big roll like this put the fires out too? Why are they so fully on fire? Like, the reason we saw the wheel before was so that when you saw the wheel this time, you'd be like, oh, that's a tactic they have. Why would they do it when they're burning to death and the light hurts them too? They wouldn't want to be around all that light. You fucking established it yourself. And it's all just so you can have what they think is a cool scene of a big dumb flaming wheel. Like, and then the girl just shoots it once with a bullet and the whole thing falls apart, and they all just lay on the ground and don't try and get them. And you're like, what? Like, I felt so ripped off. The first like 30, 40 of the minutes had me into it. I said to Carly a bunch of times, I am digging this movie. This is great. And then, like, there were scenes going on when the monsters are running around fighting people in the house where you can't tell who is where or what's going on. Me and Carly just looked at each other and was like, what the fuck? Maz, it hurts him but doesn't kill right away. Being on fire does, dum-dum! Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? If they could survive fire like that and get together, why didn't they do it in the first house that was on fire, Maz? Remember the first house that was on fire with them all on fire? How come nothing ever came of that then? How come they all just died normal from the fire? What was the second fucking group of wagon wheelers special? Like, there's horrific inconsistencies, you fucking magoo. Like, I'm thinking too much about it. You're just making shit up. It hurts them but doesn't kill them right away. Where did you get that information? Where did you gain the information from the movie that fire just hurts them and doesn't kill them right away? Because guess what? Guess what? The fucking first fire took them out. So that's the information the movie gave us, honey. That's the fucking deal. Ego, what a blue ball movie. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Sounds like Voltron meets Gremlins in the Cirque du Soleil. I wish that would have been better. Every Day, no, it's not a Bollywood movie. It's dreadful. Crow, his status quo movies beside National Treasure. Look, I haven't seen that movie, but Nick Cage is great. And he's genuinely talented. If you don't believe that Nicolas Cage is genuinely talented, watch the movie Pig. That movie has a very small and simple premise, and the man delivers. Nicolas Cage, he can be a scenery-chewing maniac, but there is no doubt that he is actually a talented actor. I'm a big fan. Just seeing Nicolas Cage on the poster or something is enough to get me to check it out. For real. For real. Doomblade, I didn't talk about the one girl who got killed in a really weird, stupid way. I forgot about it. You'd have to give me a reminder, even. I don't know. The movie was interesting and suspenseful at first, and then it fell off a cliff. Ego, thanks for watching it for you. No problem. It's movies like that that make me feel I should do a genuine review video of it. Like, that kind of stuff is interesting to me, but I also have no experience doing it, and that's probably partially what has held me back from actually getting in on it. What movie is this? It's called Arcadian. Watch it at your own peril. It's fun to begin with, and then you got to be huffing gas. Like, you got to destroy brain cells at light speed to be able to appreciate it, because it's awful. Roman, that's right. Nick Cage has very good and very bad movies, but he didn't write it. He didn't write the movie, right? No, Crow, I haven't seen National Treasure. Roman, National Treasure a mess from a historian standpoint of view? Really? You mean there's not a fucking hidden treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence? I thought it would be. The Rock is his best movie? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, The Rock is a good movie. But I actually think Pig is his best movie. Genuinely. I was impressed by his range in Pig, the concept of the movie, and the way... Like, there is one dumb scene in that movie. The Fight Club stuff with the rich people is really stupid. That part was really dumb. Like, really dumb. But the rest of the movie was so good around it that I totally forgive it for that. 100%. The way that he overcomes the end villain, if that's what you want to call it, the big boss, however you want to define that, the way that he overcomes that, I've never seen anything like it in a movie, and I found it to be believable and resonant. I really, really enjoyed it. The only thing negative that I can say about Pig, aside from the Fight Club thing, is you can't get the same experience watching it again. You can only experience Pig once, because once you know certain things, it changes the nature of watching the movie. That's what it feels like to me. But for real, it's a good film. Crow, yeah, being Canadian does preclude me from having much interest in, like, American document history movies that also look like they're made for dummies, right? Nathan, what's going on, buddy? You think National Treasure's a fun movie? Well, I like fun movies, and my standards for movies have gone down. So perhaps, just perhaps, National Treasure might entertain me. Raising Alabama is Nick Cage's best movie. Do you mean Raising Arizona? Are you are you for fucking real saying his best movie is a movie you don't even know the name of, son? Chim, what? The creature wheel represents an earth spirit in the Lakachawa belief system. The flaming wheel represents the incoming war to them. The whole movie's based on old Indian lore, like modern Grimm stuff. Well, guess what, buddy? That might be cool source material, but their execution was brain damaged, idiotic nonsense. You see the wheel, and it's jarring and dumb. You see them on fire and turn into the wheel, it's way dumber. It's so dumb. No living beings would act like that, especially when light hurts them. Willy's Wonderland is a fun one. That one's ridiculous. That one's ridiculous. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. The character he plays in that movie is bizarre. Vampire's Kiss didn't do that much for me, Maz. I am a vampire! Eh. Nathan, did I ever see the Ask a Ninja YouTube videos? No. He did some movie reviews I could see you doing a Magic Historian version of. Yeah, I have no context for what you're talking about. Just dumb movies are making money, and anybody can write the level of dumb nonsense that's going on now. Don't think it, don't say it, you know? Like, I honestly, when I see movies in like that were made in like 2023, 2024, I'm pretty much like, this is going to be awful, right? Crow, well, you're not wrong there, buddy. You got way more states to keep track of than the provinces and territories we have to keep track of here. But yet, I knew the difference between Alabama and Arizona, and I don't even live in your country. So maybe as a writer, you should practice writing down all the states. Take that. Nathan, you'll send a link for later? Well, thanks, buddy. I hope it's a sausage link. Yamagoro, you and your mother love National Treasure. Well, I know what to take her for out on date night. Nathan, you're... Oh, God, I'm old. The videos from 18 years ago. Time marches onwards, pushing you ever closer to your fucking yawning grave. Movie reviews, though, media reviews, stuff like that, it is something that I've wanted to dip my toes into more, but I just haven't got there yet. Jess. Oh, photographic memory? Yeah, that shit's wild. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's like, yo, I can remember everything. Sweet. Perfect clarity. You can also remember every heartbreak, every injury. Like, I'm totally fine to let the pain and shitty parts of life dissipate. So, like my life was hellish like 7-8 years ago. But I only know that intellectually now. I can't feel it. I can't feel it like I did then. And I'm super grateful for that. I can feel the joy and the memories of good times way easier. And I'm very grateful for that as well. And that also makes me lean more into just trying to have as much of a good time as I can and not worry about any of the bad stuff, because it'll only suck while it's happening. And later, I probably won't even remember it. You know? Crow, one day when I get the food wheel back out, the food's all gone. Until I get sent more foods, and it's not the food wheel. Like right now, it's the Assassin's Creed wheel. See? It's got Assassin's Creed all over it. The only thing that remains constant on the wheel are the insult slots. That is the one thing that you can always remain confident on. When a wheel stream is happening, you will have a chance to get a glorious insult. That is the historian's promise to you, the people. I pledge it to you. I pledge allegiance to be a dick. Chim, the snack hat broke. It broke. I don't have one anymore. I wish I did. Crow, you can send me food. You have corn. Now you just sound like an actual fucking crow. Just hopping around on the keyboard. Kitsune, stopping in to say why you're happy about new lore videos and confused why Ral hates Jace so much. It's pretty contrived. The reason they did that is because they shoved the whole Jace thing into the end of Thunder Junction story, and they want to make a connection to get Ral to Bloomborough. That's it. It's a flimsy excuse to get him over there. And thanks for mentioning the lore video. For any of you guys who didn't know, I put out the first installment of Bloomborough lore today. So we are on the Bloomborough lore train. I feel like there might be no more need for my lore videos on Fantasy Geographic, because Wizards of the Coast today released the written story, a podcast audio version of it, and a YouTube video reading the entire thing. So I don't know. We're going to see how the videos do. If it seems like everybody's not watching them because you can just watch Wizards YouTube videos, I will gracefully accept that. That's just the reality, right? Like making videos about the lore when it's not being done versus just making something that Wizards has already made, but like a slightly more condensed version or whatever. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I saw that they did that and was like, well, good on you for putting in more effort for your story releases. And then I went, I wonder how this is going to affect Fantasy Geographic. But that can always be taken in other directions. Old lore, other lore, you know, and some people may just appreciate that I'm not going to get as bogged down with like what feels like the filler parts of the story for me. They're fine if you want more like world building details as well, but the amount of time spent like with Mabel's kids futzing about and all that nonsense, and like all the extra extraneous family crap, a lot of that can get cut and we can stick to what's actually going on to move the story forward. So Wizards video is like 27 to 29 minutes and mine is like 8 or 9 minutes, because that's how much story there is in there as far as I'm concerned, right? What is a snack hat? Bro, oh my God. You don't even know. You don't even know. You're so lucky. You're so lucky because you get to have a hilarious time. You get to have a hilarious time. You have never seen the Snack Hat video. For anybody who hasn't seen the Snack Hat video, it is on the Hatcher YouTube channel. The video is called Glory and Pain, the Epic Snack Hat Showdown. And it's from Down the Hatch Classics. So it's from a long time ago. It is absolutely hilarious. Okay, for real, for real. Bonafide, 100%. If you enjoy watching my suffering, you enjoy the crazy shit that I say, all of it. The Snack Hat is a classic treasure. I wish I still had a Snack Hat so we could do follow-up episodes. Juglum, you sent me cans of sardines. I'm just going to send those over to my dad and be like, check it out, because he likes stuff like that. Maz, I'm hoping one day somebody's going to send me a new Snack Hat, and then I'll be good to go, because they don't sell them. They don't sell them where I got mine anymore, and I did not have the foresight or resources to purchase a backup at the time, so it's unfortunate. Kitsune, you're still watching because I cut the nonsense out? Well, there you go. That works. That works. Rain Wizards seemed to make a complete 180 from just a few months ago about caring about the lore. Yeah, they said they were going to care more about the lore, but it takes time for us to see that follow through in the world, you know? So we're seeing that now, and it does. Between Duskmourn and Bloomborough, it does feel like they're putting more effort in, which I'm happy to see, because lore deserves it. Crow, your main YouTube use is to listen to storylines of various media and lore. You don't know what my metrics are, but you don't think twice about listening to things 2 hours or longer. I'm the same. I will watch longer videos, but I won't sit down and listen to Wizards telling. I'm not going to spend half an hour listening to the story, because I'm not trying to knock their writers, but their writers don't write like super gripping dialogue where you're like, wow, this is really awesome or anything like that. There's cool story elements going on, but overall, the writing is fairly middle of the road. So I have made longer videos. I mean, whatever, but for my lore channel, the videos will be exactly as long as they need to be. No longer, no shorter. So sometimes that means it's a long ass video. And with this kind of stuff, at least with the first installment, shorter, right? Ideally, I'd like to have lore videos that are at least 8 to 10 minutes, because I feel like less than that isn't enough for people. Like, I don't know. I don't like watching 4-minute long videos. I don't like super short videos. I like longer videos. So I feel like being able to give at least 8 to 10 minutes a story that's the minimum I'm looking for. Pot says watching the Snack Hat for the first time is like watching The Usual Suspects for the first time. You just have to adore it the first time. Yo, I love The Usual Suspects. It's great. Maz, you got Snack Hats because of it? It's fun. It's a lot of fun. John, let me look it. That's right. That's right. Quote in the episode. It is a genuine classic. And that's got to be from like 5 years ago now. But yeah, you all want to watch it. Even if you're watching the stream afterwards and you've never seen the Snack Hat video, go watch it on the Hatcher channel. You will not regret it. I fucking promise you that. It is one of the funniest videos that I've made that still exists on the internet. A lot of stuff from the older days is gone. That is one of the funniest ones I've ever made, hands down. It makes me laugh quite a bit. You just got to deal with the fact that that was when life was way harder, and I don't look like I'm doing as well. I look healthier now than I did back then. So there is that. Chim, you're hoping the racing set gets ridiculous and goes full wacky races? Yeah, I don't know how they're going to pull me in with the story for that, honestly. I don't know what they think they're going to do in that regard, you know? We'll have to see how it goes. So I got a challenge this month. My challenge is, for the first time in my life ever, to go for an entire month of only drinking water. Because of the medication that I'm taking, I can have a problem with vitamin uptake or whatever. So I have to increase the amount of, like, I need to get more magnesium. So I'm eating almonds and stuff. And that's cranking the number of calories that I'm consuming, right? And so I'm drinking up all these extra calories. It's a real easy way to put the calories into my body, plus a ton of extra sugar. So I was just like, yo, you've never just had water for a whole month. Why don't you see what the hell it's like? It's honestly, from a flavor perspective, it's boring. It's boring. And I might allow myself to throw like get an orange and throw a couple orange slices in there to like add a little bit of flavor or something, but I might not even go that far. It might just be just straight up pure water. John, you feel like a Planeswalker story should only last as long as our original set release lasts in standard? Well, it seems like the Planeswalkers aren't going to be nearly as important a part of the story anymore, because Wizards of the Coast has focused heavily on Commander. And the problem with Planeswalkers is they can't be used as commanders. So all the Planeswalkers that they've built up, people can't use them as their main guy. But characters from the Bloomborough story, Mabel, other characters can be the leader of a commander deck. They can be your commander. So more and more, you're going to see stories that revolve around non-Planeswalkers having the front, and they'll just put like 1 or 2 Planeswalkers into the story so they can sell us a Planeswalker card or 2, but they won't really have much impact on the story. Devin, lemon juice is also an option. Crow, do I do this full time? Yes. I am a full-time entertainer. Jess, to you, I just looked a bit younger. Well, I was a bit younger. Ugh. Life was a hell of a lot harder back then. That's right. Make a note of that for tomorrow. Got some subjects selected for tomorrow's video. Yeah, I have been a full-time YouTube guy, streamer, and all that now for, I think, about 5 years. What was with the blonde skunk stripe? What the hell? Oh, I had my hair purple for years. So I bleached it so it would be a vibrant purple. So you're just seeing my normal hair color coming back through like the bleached part. There was 2 weeks where 2 weeks, 2 weeks, Total Recall. There was 2 weeks of my life where I was fat and going through that hair transition. So it looked like I just had like almost frosted highlights. And between my fat body and my goofy hair, I was mistaken for a lesbian with startling regularity. Carly got a great kick out of it. I remember when we walked into Ribfest specifically, and the guy at the gate said, "Have a nice day, ladies." And I just turned around and looked at him like, and he's like, "Sorry, sir." And I'm just like, oh, like, can I even be mad? Can I even be mad? Like, you didn't do that to be rude, bro. You're just trying to do your job. Straight up. Fucking waitress comes up to me and Carly out for a fucking special meal at the Mandarin. And she's like, "Can I get you ladies a drink?" And I just looked up at her. And I'm just like, man, imagine being a woman with this fucking face, bro. Imagine this is your face. Imagine trying to attract a mate as a woman with a face like this. You can look like this as a guy, right? 100%. You can look like this as a guy. No problem. I've got through life on my charm. It doesn't matter. I'm not expected to be pretty. But good Lord, does this make a terrible woman's face? Great on a dude, not so hot on a lady. I mean, Hatsune, like, there is one exception. Hatsune Miku love the money. Thank you, sweet papa. There you go. That's the exception. Nathan's membership message says, "And we're glad you're here, perp." Thanks, buddy. I got your email. I love that this tells me when I get shit like that. Bam. Why don't I make iced tea or sun tea? I'm staying away from caffeine, and that would have sugar in it. So, all of it. Crowsor, yeah, it's all good. You just wanted to know. It's fine. Doesn't bother me. Pierce, how's it going, man? So yeah, I had purple hair because I wanted to bang college chicks, and and I knew that hair like that would help me. I knew it would be of assistance, and it was. It certainly was. And then, so yeah, I had the purple hair. And then I kept it for years. Because I dug it, but at a certain point, I decided that it was time to go back to my regular hair and see if I liked it. And once I did, I went, oh, I do, actually. I'm sticking with this. Paul Falcon says, "Make it rain, Hatsune Miku." Oh, okay, sweet papa. Domo Arigato, Super Chat Roboto. Oh, yeah, I guess we're going to open a pack now, too. We're going to open a pack now, too, baby. John, you dyed your hair green? Oh, man, I had green hair. And it does not go with my complexion. Look at how bad this looks. Look at how low quality this looks. We put the in Magic the Gathering. The fuck does that mean? What does this mean? Seriously. What the hell does this mean? What does this mean? The fuck does this mean? I saw this earlier, before the stream, and I just looked at it and went, what the fuck? Anyways. Tax collector. Fuck you, tax collector. Smoke bomb. Oh, they put coastal piracy in. Cool. I love coastal piracy. I love this card, man. And the other one that they made that's like got cycling or whatever. This thing's dope. We got a Mountain, a Rest in Peace, a Shea Cormac, the 17th Adewale, and then an Assassin token. Man, this feels like a comic, like a cartoon. Life is up here in Duckburg. Mishimoto, someone that doesn't know grammar trying to sound smart. All right. All right, that explains it. That explains it. It's a duck blur. Bum, 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 bum. I showed you guys this when we were doing the Plinko, right? This is the box topper thing. But I didn't realize that, check it out. You got her crouching up here like this. And then down here, you got two people brawling. And when you flip it over, there they are brawling. You got Steampunk Henry punching out the fucking barber. And then this bitch watching in the background. I don't know what this is from the actual game. Baron says, it means Magic the Gathering is no longer magic and no one's gathering to play. The is all that's left. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well done, buddy. Well done. Potts, yeah, you know what? Darkwing Duck is what it made me think of, but then instead I did the DuckTales theme song, because apparently I can't tell one duck from another. Crow, you're heading out. If you collect enough corn before winter, you'll send me some? All right, I'll be counting on those kernels. Amazon has a Chow Crown game that looks similar to the Snack Hat that I had. All right, hold on. Hold on. What's that called? Chow Crown? All right, let me add it to the... Oh, it does look like it. It's a crown, though. Oh, it's got forks. This seems better than the one I had, actually. All right. Let's see here. Wait. Well, the price is drastically different from the price that you said. Probably because it's American whatever, man. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I'll put it on the... I will add it to the wish list because it would definitely be fun to have one of these again. That's definitely better. All right. I have added the Chow Crown to the Amazon wish list. So if somebody wants to make that shit happen one day, we will make it happen. Good find, some. Jess, you want to feed crows to get them to give you presents? That is pretty cool. That, like, people who've got that going on is pretty cool. Gianna, have I ever heard of Blonde Beard? It's made by the Monty Python guys. This is the first time hearing of it. That artist from Syndicate? Is that... well, that has to be... that has to be one of the Assassin's Creed games, because you're not talking about that old computer game. Syndicate was cool, man. I remember you could, you'd go around assassinating people, but you could get this technology that would basically brainwash people around you within a certain radius, and they would become your followers. And so as you, like, shot dudes down and they dropped their weapons, your followers would go and pick them up, and then you just had a squad that was helping you. Gianna, what is it? Is it a movie? Is it a game? I'm guessing it's probably a movie. I totally have the DuckTales song in my head. The DuckTales Nintendo game had some really banger music, man. Banger. Oh, speaking of video games, I got back into Skyrim today and played for a good chunk. It's funny, man. After you, what the hell's the name of the guy? Rodolph or whatever it is? Something like that. The guy you're riding in the cart with who's like, oh, good, you're awake. The game glitched out because of something that I did, and it had, like, the weird mouse trails all off on the side. So I had to, like, reload the game after the intro. But the entire intro was shown in a smaller box than full screen. I already had seen it a bunch, so it didn't really bother me that much, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, you end up, like, freeing yourself from the area where the dragon's attacking, and then he's like, we should probably split up. But then he would just run 3 feet up the road and keep waiting for me. And I'm just like, shouldn't you be going, bro? You're just waiting for me. And I went with him the whole way. Potts, the moon theme from Nintendo DuckTales is the most banger song from the whole game. It's awesome. It's awesome. Ulfric Stormcloak is the leader guy. You got the name right, Maz, but that's not the guy I'm talking about. I'm talking about the regular old troop who's like supports Ulfric. Assassin's Creed Syndicate takes place in Victorian London. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I gave up on the Assassin's Creed games at a certain point, so there may be certain ones that are cool to try out. Do they have that stuff on Steam? Do they have like Assassin's Creed Black Flag and all that on Steam? Because I definitely liked the first one. I liked the ones that I played except for the one that was really glitchy and ruined my experience. And then I just never took a chance on one of their games again, you know? It's the way it goes. Still got the DuckTales song in my head, man. It's a duck blur. Man, Amazon is really happy with you guys using my links, by the way. I know I mentioned this before with the bonuses, but they also were like, here you go, you can have early access to all the Prime Day deals we're going to do. And I'm like, what? And they're like, that way you can prepare your marketing. And I'm just like, I don't have any marketing. I don't think that they know that all I have is the Don't Be a Dink Amazon song. So it's just like, oh, I guess I could just use that to look at information for my own personal shopping. They sent like all this information is confidential. Do not share or forward this. This will constitute a breach of your contract with us. All this stuff. And I'm like, wow, you guys are taking this seriously. But I'm just glad that they're happy with the results of you guys using the link. So thumbs up to everybody who's been using my Amazon link. I really gotta glue this because apparently I want to play with it. Syndicate was the last old school Assassin's Creed before Origins started the RPG new style. I don't know the difference. Ralof, that's it, Shelton. You got it. That's the dude. Correct. The guy who is the brother of the woodmill lady, Gerda, or whatever her name is. They gave me the key to their house, and I went into their house, and they're like, you're welcome here. And another person like, you look lost. Like, you fucking invited me in. What are you talking about? I'm going to steal all your shit. I'm going to steal all your stuffs. So yeah, it's Skyrim's a pretty sweet game, man. It's got nice graphics. It's got like excellent flavor. I love the amount of work that was put into making that game, where you got all these different books that you can pick up and read. Thought that was Sweatpants waistband cord for a second. Yeah, I keep them from my victims. For my yo-yo. Yo. But it's broken. Yo. So it needs to be glued. Yo. Here in Duckburg. Juglum. I don't think Magic Foundations is bad. I think it's good. I think it's a step in the right direction. You need beginner products that don't force people into Commander. You need cards. Yo, did you just get into Magic? They want people to play Standard? Then they need to make the cards that people are familiar with and start with Standard legal, right? Well, John, you can't see no sweet yo-yo action when it don't work. Jess, you heard yo-yos absorb bad karma? How do you spend so much time finding the fucking dumbest shit on earth? I've never heard nonsense like that. What kind of hippy-dippy, crackhead, dumb bitch says that yo-yos absorb bad karma? What the fuck? It's one thing when people say that about crystals. I've got a carnelian stone, and it absorbs bad energy. Like, you can milk morons. They have these rings that are made out of pure crap, and they go, oh, these are negative energy absorbing rings. And you read the reviews, and there's a chick going, oh, wow, this ring does a really good job of absorbing negative energy because I have a lot of negative energy, and it didn't take long before this ring broke. It breaks when it's absorbed too much negative energy. So they just make a shitty ring and send it to you. And idiot magoos think that it's drawing negative energy out of them. And that when it breaks, wow, the ring did a good job. It breaking is an indicator of what a good job it did. Like, what? What? Maz, you always join Ulfric's Stormcloak? I'm probably going to join the Stormcloaks this time. The Imperials trying to execute me irks me. I am just a humble mage who will grow in power. Chuck, you think they're going to reprint vintage cards? Well, they're gonna come after the reserve list at some point, but they're not going to overpower Foundations because that would fuck up their whole business model. There's no way. There's no way. They're not going to bring in a hooker that's the prettiest one around and it's $2 when they're trying to sell you $5 whores. You feel me? Gianna says, the more wrinkles your sack has, the wiser you must be. What's going to be different about the new Jumpstart set? Just the cards in it. Roman, yeah, it's kinetic energy. It's kinetic energy that causes things to break, not negative energy. That's wild, man. Like, for real. It's like, you know, we have medical science, right? Yeah, but they just haven't caught up to the fact that if you hang a crystal over your door, then it'll focus your chi. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And dumb concepts like feng shui. Not the concept of ordering your home in a way where it's easy to move through it and everything is where it should be. Because that's apparently one concept of feng shui. But the feng shui that I've heard about is dumb nonsense that is like spiritual in nature. Where if you point an arrow, if you make an arrow of rocks pointing at your like neighbor's land, it will cause bad things to happen to them. And like, it's just insane nonsense like that. What up, Clayton? Your chakras are full of negative energy. You have to put an obsidian carrot up your butt. Melkor, what's up? Yeah, somebody's got to be happy for the $5 whores. Whores! I can't believe the stupid monsters got into a big flaming wheel. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Jess Clayton did die, but Clayton ate a cat when he was a baby. And so he inherited 4.5 of those babies' lives, right? So he's used up 4 of them, and now Clayton is half a man, and he still remains. In Germany, they sold crystals that should cause your car to need less gas. That makes sense. Adding weight to your car and crystals that like change your wind resistance to make it worse definitely sound like your car will get better gas mileage. Chim, listen, if it turned out that I had the ability to create gateways for evil demons to come through, that wouldn't be a problem for me. That would be a new weapon. That would be like, okay, now, how do I do a ritual where I open this gate into people who leave dickhead comments homes? Like, oh, yeah, oh, you're the guy who told me to go fuck myself and that my channel sucks. Well, guess what? I'm sending a fucking face demon to eat your nose, dickhead. How about that? How about that, motherfucker? Have fun when Chattermouth shows up and bites your nose off, you fucking clown. Yeah, I knows what's up. So yeah, I realized when I was playing Skyrim today, I'm like, man, when I get into this, I'm going to get pulled right in. I was grabbing everybody's gear to sell it, all of it. DJ Longhair, you survived your birthday. Well, congratulations, birthday boy. Good job, Mr. Too Much Postal Fees. All right, before I screw the cord up anymore, I'll just put that over there. Clayton Butt Demons, that's right. For $99.99, I am selling obsidian carrots that if you squeeze properly and rotate inside your butthole, will basically exorcise the demons. 100%. 100%. Habanero! Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I played for probably a solid hour at least today. I was just like, I'm just going to play a little bit to make sure the game's working. And then I sat down and I'm like, a little bit more. I'll do this part with the dragon. You know what? I'll get to the village. Okay, I'll chat with these guys. Okay, I'll do this. And then I'm like, okay, time to save. Go have dinner. And it was really nice dinner because chicken was finally on sale. So Carly ended up getting a package of chicken breasts and she hand breads them. So we had chicken parmesan tonight and it was so good. So good. Oh, it's awesome. She made a bunch of it. Gianna, your son's tired of politics and wants you to move to Canada. Politics are super boring. You can tell him there's no escaping it. Like, there's politics all over the place here in Canada. People are always trying to drag me into them. Like, even some of my friends, until I tell them, fuck off with your bullshit. You have to just basically start to look at it the way you would look at a sentence that just said, homeless man turns into a goat. And you just go, well, that nonsense, that's not worth my time. There's nothing of value here. You just got to learn to tune it out. My eyes kind of glaze over. Like, whenever I see political shit, it just goes, and my brain sorts it out. So, going to Canada, the only way to escape politics is to talk to nobody and to not go on the internet at all. At all. Things have changed. Back in the day, you didn't talk about who you were voting for. You didn't. You might discuss a few issues or whatever, but you didn't talk about who you vote for. Now we live in a world where people will go onto social media going, if you're not voting for the same person I'm voting for, fuck you. We're not friends. I hope your family perishes in a fire. Like, it's insane. So many people on my Facebook got unfollowed. Like, I didn't unfriend them because I'm like, we're friends, but I don't need to ever see a post from you ever because you're just a raving maniac and you insist everyone agrees with you. But I know that you're not like this in person. Like, I know this is just like people are so bombastic and hyperbolic and incendiary when it comes to things online. It's fucking absurd. Chim, what's the alternative to hand breading? Machine done. The ones done by machines. You know? It's like homemade versus like a one you would get made at the store where they have the pre-processed, like, wonked up chicken. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Gianna, your kid's he's not even 14 yet? Well, the internet accelerates the exposure to bullshit in life. And politics are really, really, really dull. And almost everybody's opinion on politics are fucking worthless and over the top nonsense. So it's not worth spending the time on, man. Shake and bake isn't hand breading. Well, I mean, you're buying prepackaged stuff that you could do that way too. But Carly makes the coating herself. She does every step of it. Dredges the chicken, like all of it. All of it. So it's 100% homemade goodness. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like getting a souped up restaurant version, you know? Yeah, DJ Longer, 100%. I long for the days where I used to complain about people's food posts, where I would just be like, why are all you dickheads posting every fucking lunch that you make? Who fucking cares? Holy shit. And now I'm desperate for that. I'm like, what did you eat for lunch? I don't even fucking care. Show me a picture of your dog or something, bro. Anything other than this fucking endless vitriolic political nonsense, man. Like, everybody's fucking angry about everything, and every post is about a cause, but nobody's doing anything because you don't have to do anything if you angrily post that other people need to do something. It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. Gianna, you think you'll just try and show them the way of the hatching? That's it. You just like, your kid especially, children now, in the new era especially, need to learn how to discern. That's the name of the game now. See, when we were growing up, the game was scarcity of information. You couldn't get information. Now, you have access to everything, which means good, useful information, but tons of dog shit, useless garbage as well. So you have to learn to glean what is clean. You know? That's it. That's it. The dirty garbage nonsense, you got to ignore that. You got to glean the clean, son. That's it. You have to learn how to figure out what's worth your time and then just let the rest of it go. Like, don't let yourself be made upset by things that probably aren't even real. There's so much rage farming going on social media where people are just sharing posts that are designed to make you upset about something. And it's so empty. It's so empty. It's just engagement farming through rage with nothing meaningful going on at all. People literally typing in their own cell phone conversations and making it up and sharing it, going, can you believe people these days? And I'd be like, I don't anymore when I see stuff like this. I'm like, this is theoretically a conversation that could happen, yes. But I don't believe that it happened to you. I don't believe that you have anything to do with this. I believe that you manufactured this. I genuinely do. And I feel nothing other than that you're trying to manipulate me, and that doesn't make me angry because I just don't care. You don't get anything from me. I just look at it and move on with zero reaction. Whatever. That's it. I used to get angry about stuff, and now it's just whatever seems fake. Whatever seems fake. Whatever seems fake. John, you like Ritz cracker crumbs mixed with Parmesan on chicken fingers? That might be all right. Carly uses cornflakes for her batter, and it for the breading, and it turns out great. She uses other things too, but like cornflakes work surprisingly well. Juggle them. Nope, never done it. Well, maybe. Actually, I think maybe we did try Rice Krispie and it wasn't good. Jess, there's been libraries for thousands of years. Yeah, but see, you say that like that's an answer to my we lived in a lack of information and ignorance time. That's not a fair counterpoint, bro. Like, libraries have limited resources, and you don't have access to all the libraries. So, for example, I live in fucking St. Catharines. Whatever's available at the library, that's it. That's my access to information. The number of books they can afford multiplied by the different subjects that they have chosen to invest the money in. And that's it. That's it. You can't find whatever information you wanted. It didn't work that way. It was not that easy. Now, finding information is incredibly easy, and people are dumber and lazier than ever because of it. There's no effort put into learning things, and so there's no value placed on learning it. That is me being very generalized here because it doesn't apply 100%, but it doesn't feel wrong, you know? What up, Isaac? How you doing? Missed the last couple of live streams? That's all right, man. That's all right. There'll always be more. Shelly says, holy crap, Bolt Falcon is the man. You got that right, big boy. You got that right. So yeah, life, a lot of life is what you choose to focus on. You can take the exact same scenario and you can just be purely focused on the bad. Like, you can always find a reason to be unhappy in life. You can always find a reason to be unhappy in life. Like, always. Without fail, you can always find a reason to be unhappy with life or any number of different situations. But you can almost always find reasons to be happy as well. You can literally choose to be happy. That's one of the regrets that people have at the end of their life that's been iterated over and over and over again. People have said, I wish that I had chosen to be happy. I wish I understood then that happiness is a choice and you can choose to be happy. And what you focus on, what you think of, that's what makes your existence. Because at the end of the day, you're only ever experiencing yourself. You never experience somebody else. You only experience yourself experiencing them. So if you guys could just experience me, then everyone in here would have the same uniform experience, right? But you're not. You're experiencing yourself. That's it. I'm just like, I am being viewed through the prism of yourself. So all you're ever doing is experiencing yourself. And that means that you can make your existence into a hellscape mentally if you want to, or you can do the opposite. Benny G, happy Canada Day, right back at you, big boy. Jess, no, not all the information in the world fit in encyclopedias and they were all available. That is absolutely 1000% incorrect, man. Do you think that, like, think about all the stuff on the fucking internet. It wasn't just sitting there in encyclopedias. And it's not like in the last 30 years, the majority of all knowledge has come into being. You are definitively wrong that all human knowledge was stored in encyclopedias. I fucking wish. I wish we had these fucking guides to literally everything in existence. No. It is wild to think back to encyclopedias, though. I remember having them. Just a book with a letter on it. Here's a whole bunch of stuff that starts with M. Right? That's... John, yep, you're correct. It's nature to look for pain to avoid rather than focusing on the things you love because there's no threat to your existence. But the reality is, we've fixed that, right? We fixed that you need to always be on guard because something may come charging out of the bushes to eat you. We fixed that. We now live in essentially a dangerless society, right? Yes, other people can be dangerous. Random accidents can happen. So you do have to pay at least a modicum of attention. But you don't have to be on swivel for danger. And constantly being negatively focused isn't good for you. It's not useful. It actually counteracts your own survival because the stress can eat away at your lifespan. So it is an animal fucking thing that we have transcended past because we're not living. We're the only animals not trapped in the animal prison of welcome to the food chain, bitch. Hope you can run fast enough to stay alive. Hope you can catch something to stay alive. You can be a fat horkbag Magoo who can barely breathe, and you can roll your ass into a scooter and zip on down to the Fatty Mart to buy as much fucking food as you want, right? You didn't have to hunt nothing. You barely had to move. So, like, we've sorted out all the problems. Do you need clean water? Congratulations. Go to one of the multiple taps in your house and have infinite clean water pour forth from you. One of the hardest things to acquire on earth for animals. Clean water to drink with no fucking danger, right? Also, you can take a dump in pure fucking safety. Like, imagine you go to take a dump and you got to be worried a lion is going to come out and chew your ball bag off or something, right? It's going to be dump on the run. Who cares if it goes down your legs, right? Like, there's so many things you just take for granted about our existence. We all do. But the whole, like, focusing on the negative instead of the positive, it doesn't benefit you in our current world. All human knowledge was stored in 10 billion fortune cookies. Did I ever read Encyclopedia Brown books? I don't think so. Encyclopedias were the abbreviated internet for everyday knowledge. They were just tidbits, party trivia, you know? That's right. Animals will eat their own crap. They'll eat their own kids, bro. Roman, you never read anything about how to play Magic or build a good deck in any encyclopedia back in the 90s, and that was knowledge you cared a lot about. Yeah, I feel you, man. Being obsessed with Magic has been a part of my life for a long time. It's led to a lot of great stuff. Like this, like the stuff we do here, right? We wouldn't be here hanging out and doing all the things that I do on all my different channels if it wasn't for Magic the Gathering. John, yep, you're right. All the political stuff is based on fear, and that's what makes people get so angry at each other. It's because it's like they feel like their survival's on the line somehow if they pick the guy that you want instead of you picking the guy that they want, because one choice will fix everything and one choice will ruin everything. And it's like, can you point to one time that has ever happened and anybody's ever had that level? We're not here to talk about facts or the past. We're here to talk about my intense emotions in the moment. So yeah, man, it's dope to be human. It's dope to have like all the previous generations of humanity sorting out all these problems for us, going, yo, wouldn't it be dope if like water came directly into our home? And it's like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if we got all the bacteria and parasites and stuff out of the water? Whoa. Wouldn't it be dope if you could just take a dump in your house and it didn't like stink in a bucket? What was the first rare pull out of my first batch booster? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I don't remember that. The first pull that I ever remember was from Legends. So in the second pack of Legends that I opened, first or second pack of Legends that I opened, I got one of the Elder Dragons. Ve Victus Asmari. And everyone went crazy because those were like the most sought after cards at the time. People wanted... At the time I opened that Elder Dragon, based on the prices that singles were going for, it was worth more than 2 Black Lotuses. And people went, whoa, went crazy. And I went crazy too, because it was a 7/7 flying dragon with 3 colors of fire breathing. So I had my 120 card green deck. I put it into my 120 card green deck and I added 3 swamps and 3 mountains because I figured that would be more than enough to be able to cast something that has 2 black and 2 red in its casting cost. Oh, the old days. Oh, no, Sam. Yeah, I've never heard of Encyclopedia Brown until today. When you said it, I literally thought it was like a special set of encyclopedias that like were really well known or something that came in brown leather covers. Shelly, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong that the news is all just like, here's all the worst things that are happening. Now, I get that I've talked about a bunch of negative stuff going on with Magic the Gathering. I 100% get that. But that was born out of my frustration with the game and desire to see real change. And more importantly, no amount of like saying what's going wrong with Magic can actually negatively impact somebody's day for real, right? Showing them the horrors of the world and that people are dying in fucking train crashes and getting robbed and all this stuff, that is what makes people feel uncomfortable and unsafe in the world. My Magic videos, no matter how critical I've been, have never made anyone feel unsafe in their own life. So I don't have to worry about the whole like scuzzbag level of like, yo, all the negative news is awful. We make negative news about Magic. I make negative news about a fucking game that I want to see improve, not to get you into some kind of fucking fear spiral. What up, Break Stop? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, the news is super depressing. And if you just pay attention to everything that's going wrong, you're going to miss all the stuff that's going on. People make the mistake of getting focused too much on the negative and too much on the future. That's a big one for me. Living in the present is the only place you can be happy, right? You can only be happy right here, right now. You want to be happy in the future. You want to know you're going to be safe. You want to know you're going to be secure. You want to know your loved ones are going to be all good. All that kind of stuff. All of it. All of it. But you can't control or enjoy that in this moment, really, right? You can take steps to try and make the future a better thing for you, but you can't actually control it. So it doesn't make sense to stay mired in like worrying about a future that isn't here, that you can't influence and you can't be happy in, when you could be happy now, and in the future you could just be lamenting you didn't take the time to be happy. That was a big one when you look at, like, because every once in a while I look at the lists of things of like regrets of people who are at the end of their life, because it's like, yo, that's when people will get very real with you. And the truth is, all throughout your life, people are giving you useful messages, but you're just not hearing it the way you needed to, or you're not at the right point in your life for it to click. It's almost like having to level up. And it's like a grayed out skill in a weird language you can't see. And then all of a sudden it clicks in. Oh my God. The key to an actual happy life is eating right, exercise, getting good sleep, taking care of yourself mentally. That's it. And it's just like, people have told me this my whole life, but it's like, now I viscerally understand it. I've taken it on board as a reality, right? It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. So existence is a challenge. And if you don't pay attention to what you're thinking about, then you're probably not going to end up in a great spot. And that ends my fucking TED Talk on your brain. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. I've got to go into the waters of unlifitude. All right, so catch you later. Enjoy the rest of your Canada Day. Peace out for now.